Nancy, hello. So, thank you for coming. How you doing? Happy new week. Happy Monday. Welcome everyone to my channel. So, yeah, it is today. Um, okay, in collaboration with my sister, we wrote a story and I wish to share it to everyone. It's something to learn from. Uh, it's a very, heartbreaking story. This is the first part of the story, and it's really interesting. It's not just a story; it's a real life story. Because I'm not going to tell you who the incident happened to, but it's something I want everyone to drop his or her comment. I want to know what you think about this type of relationship, this kind of relationship. I don't know if I want to know who is right and who is wrong, if the fault is coming from the guy or the fault is coming from the lady. And then I want to understand, and I want you guys to drop a comment as well on if this kind of couple can still be able, well, not actually couple, this kind of relationship, if they can still come back to each other, because it's really a 6 years old relationship. So here is it. I think we name it twist of fate. It names might be familiar, but that is just it. So this is the story. It has been 6 years since Ifunanya started a relationship with Kenneth Priye. Now, Ifunanya was 26 years old. Why? And 26 years old when she started this relationship with Kenneth. So Kenneth was a bit, I think 2 years older than Ifunanya. Kenneth was matured, he was charming, and everything Ifunanya thought she wanted in a man. Now, from the very first beginning, he treated her like a queen with kindness, encouraged her to embrace her dream, her true self, and inspire her to become the best version of herself. Now, every woman will love that kind of man, a man who support their dreams, who want them to become the best version of themselves, who want them to keep aiming high and keep, aspiring to be something. Because of that, Ifunanya fell in love deeply. She fell in love with him to the extent that even their friends admire their relationship, often wishing for what they have. So you can imagine you have the kind of relationship that your friends all want to have a part in it. They'll be like, oh my god, I wish my relationship was like this. So now this is how they met. Kenneth and Ifunanya, they met in their second year in the university. They met in the second year in the university. Kenneth was in his final year, and Ifunanya was just in her second year in the university. They started as a simple platonic friendship, a simple friendship, a kind of friendship like there was no emotion, there was no feelings. It was just a casual, simple friendship. But then, before they could realize themselves, this friendship quickly blossomed into something deeper, and soon they couldn't stay away from each other. They were so into each other that they don't want to let go. They even wish they could get married that day, because love at first sight, when the emotions start growing, the feelings start increasing, everyone wants that taste of a relationship. So most of the time, if Unanya will forget herself, she will catch herself smiling, laughing at Kenneth. She will be lost in her thought, wondering how she was so lucky to have such a charming man like Kenneth. So what a wonderful man. She will whisper to herself, oh my god, this son of Zion is so fine. She could hardly blink when she looked at him. So moving forward, life moved forward, and Kenneth graduated ahead before Ifunanya. Not long after, Ifunanya also completed her education. He secured a job. Kenneth secured a job as an engineer in a company, while Ifunanya worked as a nurse in a hospital. They were doing well, they were okay, they were perfect for each other. He worked for some layoff employees, but then something happened. You know how it is. Now the company were laying off some of their employees. They were dropping some of the employees due to some crisis, or some maybe they don't have enough money to pay all their employee. For the meantime, their business was not stable, so they were laying up most of their employee. And unfortunately for Kenneth and Ifunanya, Kenneth was among those that was laid off in the company. Now Kenneth was left with no stable income. He was not able to pay his rent, his house rent, and he was finding it difficult to feed. So he had to give up his accommodation and move in with an old university acquaintance whom he previously worked with in the company. So name of his friend, I think his name was Andre Bankara. So they were good friends back in the university days, and they also work in the same company. But then Kenneth was laid off from the company. So since he was done, he was not financially stable. He needed someone to pair with for the meantime. So he offered, and Ifunanya offered that hello. Hello, thank you so much for coming, Mbale Mazibuke. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So, Ifunanya, his girlfriend, offered for him to pack in with him. Okay, sorry for the network. I was dropped off by network. So, and okay, Ifunanya offer for um Kenneth to move in with her instead of moving in with his friend Bankara. But Kenneth said no. You know how man is. So he declined, saying it was not appropriate since they were not married, and that was the right thing to do anyway. Ifunanya understood that it's actually the right thing to do. Moving in with a man when you're not married, it's a risk to take. So, and Kenneth with no stable income, he had to 6 months later, things began to change. Kenneth drew distance. Their relationship became distant. Kenneth and Kenneth was not as close as he used to be. He started acting like they were having some form of issue, like things weren't working out, and things began. Kenneth, he started hiding his phone, making secretive calls, posting pictures of other women with love emoji, and picking fights over the smallest issue. Well, if Unaya assumed it was stress, she said it was stress from losing his job. So she was like, it's normal. I think it's normal about the way Kenneth is reacting. So if that is the way he wants to react for the meantime, it's understandable, because this is a man and he has no job and he has the right to feel however he wants to. So Ifunanya started fasting, praying to God to intervene in her man's life. Ifunanya was even more desperate than Kenneth. He was praying day and night, fasting non-stop for God to help Kenneth secure a job. What happened? Thankfully, God intervened. Kenneth got a job, secure a better job, better than the previous one. So when he secured a better job, what did he do? Instead of getting his own place, he chose to remain in his friend's house. Sorry. So he chose to remain in his friend's house. They even upgraded the place to a bigger apartment. Kenneth refused to pack out. They both upgraded the place to a bigger apartment, and uh, they packed from the place to another place. They were living together fully. And then this was part of the problem. He never told Ifunanya where he packed to. Now this is his girlfriend. How can your girlfriend not know where you're living? Please ask the how does this work? That I have a girlfriend and I have a boyfriend I'm dating, and I don't know where he's living, and we're in the same state. Ifunanya was worried. She was really worried. She started thinking, and anytime she tried to ask him about his new location, Kenneth will accuse her of trying to monitor his movements, and to keep peace, Ifunanya will keep mute. Fine. I don't want to have issue. I love this man so much. So the best way to keep peace in this relationship is to keep mute. So still, she knew something was wrong. She was not comfortable because they are both graduated students. They were supposed to start planning their life, at least planning on how to settle down together. But here this man is trying to make her feel like you asking about the whereabouts of your man is an issue. So moving ahead, one day, Ifunanya finally asked the question that has been on her mind. She said, Kenneth. She called. He answered, yes. What does the future hold for us? Hi Pure Madness Lab. Whoa, that's quite a nice name. Nice having you on my channel. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. We appreciate your support. So he said, what does the future hold for us? Kenneth said, and she was like, we've been together for so many years. We went to the same university. We are graduates from the same university. We are not getting any younger. So we're supposed to plan on how to build a life together. But I need to know, where is this relationship heading to? Thank you so much for subscribing. You're really a darling. Thank you. Please, I'm in the middle of a story. It's a real life story that has to do with two couples who were madly in love from their university days, and after their university, everything turned around for no reason. So when Ifunanya blow this question, Kenneth his response to this question shattered her. He said he loved her, no doubt, but couldn't see the future with her. This is a woman you have been dating since her year 2 in the University of, I don't want to call the name, sorry. And she's a medical student. And you guys have been together for this long year. You have been together through teens and thing, like they used to say. Now he's saying to her, he's telling her that he did not, he could not, and he couldn't see any future with her. She was surprised. She was shocked. He was like, he wasn't ready to settle down for another 7 years. Now, You guys started dating when he was 26. I bet some guy got married at 26 years of their life. That's a quite matured age. And now you're saying you're not going to get married. Okay, 26, you were in your final year. You're not going to settle down in the next 7 years of your old. And even if he wants to settle down, he will not marry someone his age. So he's trying to say that by that time, Ifunanya will be old for her to settle down with. That's embarrassing. Like, that's a hurtful thing to say to someone you've loved for a very long time. That is really devastating. So, moving forward, this was what he said to her. Do you think you'll be as attractive to me when you're 32? He asked bluntly. He added that he preferred marrying a younger woman, someone between the age of 22 and 24, and not someone as old as her by the time he planned to settle down. Wow. That triggered her. Those words hit her like a thunderbolt. She smiled weakly and said, "It's okay, let's break up." That was a hurtful thing to say to someone. How can you tell a woman you've been dating for how many years, 7 years of her life, that you're not ready to settle down? And even if you're ready to settle, by the time you will be ready to settle down, she will be old. And you're not ready and you're not sure you're going to get married to an older woman, which is her. Forgetting that you will be as old as she. In fact, you'll be older than you will be, like 40 something. She will be in her 30s, you'll be in your 40s. Please be older than who? Men are funny. So, and the question is, how will you feel if you have a relationship for 7 good years just for the person to tell you you're not fit to be a wife or you're not fit to be a husband? And even if he chooses to get married in the next 7 years of his life, you will not be worthy to be his wife or his husband. How does that sound? Because I think it's a hurtful thing to say to someone. It's a hurtful thing to say to someone that is not even your date. In fact, you're not supposed to say something like that to someone. It's not funny how we choose to belittle each other, how we choose to look down on one another, how we choose to not to be kind to each other, feeling like we're the boss of the earth. Then what are we going to call God? No one is perfect, I understand. But what gives you the right? What makes you feel you are a God above other? So next time when you want to go into a relationship or you have a child in which in future he would like to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I don't think they should go into a relationship if they cannot define what they want in a relationship. It will be unfair for you to be with someone for 12 years, 6 years, 7 years, just for you to wake up in the morning and the person will be like, and I've had enough, I can't date you any longer. You will not be nice, you will not be as you are in the next 6 or 7 years for me to settle down with. I would like to get married to a younger girl or something like that. So move on. So that is the first part of the story. I'll bring in the next part of the story tomorrow or anytime this night when I'm live. Because I I think previously I was talking about something. Zaza Magaza, hello, welcome. How have you been? Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Zaza, what's up? What's going on? How's the weather over there? How are you? How you doing? Zaza, can you hear me? So guys, I wrote a book on the sorry, you can't see it. I have to read it out. Um it's just a short. I think I'm going to make it a pamphlet. A dirty trick play on us has love to achieve the continuation of humanity. I don't know. Now let me read it. I started by saying I have always thought that love is for the purpose of mere companionship and to extend a permanent sense of friendship. That's what's up. Okay, you can hear me. That's cool. Thank you for coming. How have you been? How have you been? What's going on? So, I have always thought that love is for the purpose of mere companionship and to extend a permanent hand of friendship where you can share your joy and happiness with someone that blend with your heart. But I have come to conclusion that it is a trick to continue the creation of life. Why did I say so? Let's go to the details of this trick. Now, how do adolescents react to falling in love? When you're young, when you're at a very tender age, this is how you react. Now, when love struck adolescent age, they slept less, had compulsively more often, and had a lot of crazy idea and creative energy towards the expression of affection. Now, this is not, however, limited to age difference, as adults still linger to express the same way to profound love. When they finally get attracted to someone, their hearts beat for along the way. Now, teenagers in love are more likely to engage in risky behavior, such as reckless driving, boogie jumping, making repulsive decisions, and engaging in stupid behavior, which did not differ from parents who are having a hypomanic episode. Now, it is therefore difficult to differentiate between a teenagers in love from people who are commonly thought to be crazy, okay, who are commonly thought to be crazy, as these are the symptoms that are likely the same. Now, for example, a person in love expressing their word that they are crazy about someone is an irony which show an uncontrollable measure one have towards another. Now, you cannot differentiate this from someone who is highly on illegal drugs. Now, what am I trying to say? When you're madly in love with someone, you're crazy. You can, let's use the word, you're crazy in love with someone. The way you act, the repulsiveness, your thinking, your thought, your reaction, is no different from someone who is on drugs. Now, when you're on drugs, you react in a manner, in a way you don't want to. You act like you don't care about anything. You don't feel pains in some ways. You feel like you just want to be in that mood. You forgot about any other thing except yourself. That's quite similar to someone that is in love. Now, when you're in love, you don't want to listen to anyone. You act like you're totally in another state of yourself. You're crazy. You act repulsively without thinking about the outcome. Someone on drugs and someone in love, this is not a, they don't act differently. They act almost the same way, but the difference is this is natural, this is not. This person is on drugs, this person is naturally in love. Hi Lily. Hello Lily, welcome so much. How you doing, Lily? Thank you. So in my research, I was able to find out from Brand Scientific Practical in Understanding Humans' Emotion during his laboratory experience with humanity that who said they were in a new relationship, describing himself as madly in love, comes with different results. Now, it was shown that when someone is madly in love, when you know you're madly in love with someone, please, if you use that word, I am madly in love with someone, it's shown that your brain activities pattern is totally different from the way it was as a result of love. As when they look at a close friend, it's different from when you look at someone that you a close friend, emotionless. Now, when you're looking at someone that you don't have feelings for, someone you don't have any kind of emotional attached to, it's different from when you look at someone that you are madly in love with. The sensation, the electrical manifestation that will come out of your body. Jewel Mara, who is behind you? No one is behind me. It's empty. No one is there. Are you looking for someone behind me? Jewel, me, Amara. Can you see that? Please, you're scaring me. Don't do that. No one is behind me. You're scaring me. I know what you're doing. So, the romantic attraction activated through in those part of your brain with a large concentration of what is referred to as receptor of dopamine up to the ceiling. There's no one in the ceiling. You're scaring me. There's no one there. It's empty. Stop it. Just like and subscribe. Thank you. So now, I believe a lot of you have heard of the word dopamine, and I know a lot of you know what that means. Does anyone else see that just now? That's a lie. You're lying to me. The ceiling is empty. Don't do that. Goosey, hi. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. How you doing? Someone is trying to scare me. How you doing? Thank you. Hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So, I believe a lot of you have heard of the word dopamine. Yeah, you have. Now, what is dopamine? In my research, you're fine. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm fine. I'm fine. How is your day going? Have you subscribed? Have you liked? Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, dopamine is described as a neurotransmitter. Okay, what does that mean? That affects pleasure and motivation, often called the happiness hormone. Now, couples with a high levels of dopamine having captivated by each other often show sign of short-term memories. I'm sorry, yes, I did. No be today. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you on my channel. Thank you. Welcome to the family. So they are hyper reactivity, sleepless, they have sleeplessness, they have less need for sleep, food, exquisite delight in the smallest details of their new relationship. Now, those in love have these feelings of happiness as a result of the feeling referred to as love. Now, which is not different from those who induce cocaine, as they are almost the same. I don't know if you understand. Like, when you're in love, now if you're on cocaine, the difference between it is you always welcome. Thank you so much. You're such a darling. The difference between someone in love and someone on cocaine is because, like I said, the other one is natural. Love is natural, it grow, is uncontrollable, but God has given man the power to control it so that it will not make you do what you don't want to do. Because if you cannot control your feelings, if you cannot control love, if you cannot control the emotion when it's upon you, it will make you crazy to the extent that you can do what you don't want to do. Just because you don't want to see this person with any other person except yourself, you can end up doing what you don't want to do. Now, if you connect this with someone that is on drugs, on cocaine, is the same thing, because they are no longer in their right sense of mind. They are acting in another way. They are acting differently. So this person is on cocaine, is on drugs. This person is in love. If they cannot control themselves, it will get to an extent that they will do something they don't want to. But like I said, the difference is this cocaine is drugs. It's not natural. And this person in love, it's a gift, it's a natural thing from God. Love, it's natural. But you need to have the power to control. You need to learn how to control it. If you don't control it, a lot of things has been happening. People are killing each other because of I'm in love with this person. That is because you can't control it. Because if I control it, if you love someone, you will not take somebody's life. You don't kill someone because you love the person. Just because you don't want the person to be with someone else except you. You end up doing what? Taking away life that you don't have power over. Who give you life? Who give you the right to take away life that you did not give? People like that, because you don't know how to control it. You have to learn how to control everything in life. If you don't learn how to control everything in life, it will control you, and the force is unpredictable. When you're on drugs and you're on cocaine, you don't know what you're doing at that moment. By the time you end up killing someone, that's when the drugs will flee from you. And by the time you realize, you've already taken somebody's life. Has it come to that? Yeah, people do that. So I'm not going to compare, but it's quite similar. When you're madly in love and you're in drugs, they're almost the same thing, except the feelings. Now, people who are madly in love activate the same area in the brain as addiction to cocaine. Kusi, go ahead. I can hear you. I can see your comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can go ahead. You can say something. You can say something. I can hear. I can see it. Thank you. Therefore, being in love or high in on drugs feel almost the same. Now, it is deduced that both romantic and maternal love are linked to perpetuation perpetuity of human species, because it revealed that mothers who are looking at their lovers and babies carry the promise that your DNA will continue. Okay, let me explain what I mean by this. What I meant by this is, when you're madly in love with someone, is almost the same thing as a mother the love of a mother towards their children. Now, if you love someone, you want to continue life, right? Because the main purpose of you being with the person is to continue. Okay, so if I'm madly in love with you, that means I'm going to do something stupid. No. Eh, okay, thank you for asking me that question. If you're madly in love with someone, it doesn't mean you can do something stupid. But if you don't know how to control it, you can do something stupid. What do I mean by this? You're madly in love with me. Now, loving someone comes with a lot of things. It comes with jealousy, attractiveness, clinginess. It comes with a lot of things depending on how you feel. Now, you feel so, sometimes you feel so attached to the person. You don't want to leave the person's side. The only time you want to leave the person's side is when you're going to work, or maybe when you're out there making a living. Now, you're madly in love with this person. There's a way you will see the person talking to someone, and you feel like, oh my God, that person is having something to do with that person. And if you cannot control yourself, you cannot control your emotion, you will do something bad to the person. That's where most of the domestic violence are coming from. Although some men or some women are naturally violent, but it also comes from the part of the jealousy that you can't control. Because if you see someone talking to an opposite sex and you're not comfortable with it, you talk to the person about it. If the person continue to do it consistently, you have the right to withdraw and don't allow it to affect you mentally. You should not allow it to affect it mentally in a way that you would do something you don't want to do. That is what I mean. It doesn't mean you do something stupid, but if you cannot control your emotion, you will end up doing something stupid. That's why a lot of people are doing something stupid. Because I see no reason why you kill somebody out of jealousy. It's because you can't control it. If you can control yourself, you won't dare. Trust me. Love does not kill with harm. It doesn't come with harm. If you love someone, you let it go. If you think the feeling is not mutual, the person is not giving you the same vibe you're giving out, let it go. You can't force love. It's not something you can pin it down. You must love me. My dear, some people doesn't see it as madness. Some people see it as part of love. That is what love can make me do. It can make you do a lot of things. If you can buy a car for someone, gifting, yes, love comes with gifting. That's true. Because even the Bible said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So it was out of the love he had for us that made him to give his only begotten son to die for our sins. Okay, love comes with giving, right? You need to learn how to give, not just one, the opposite part. So if love can make you buy a car for someone, build a house for someone, if love can make you do a lot of let me tell you the honest truth. Most people are divorcing their wife because of the love they had for younger girls. No, please, that is madness. Love can make you go insane. That is why I said if you don't know how to control it, you will do a lot of stupid things that you don't want to do. It comes with it. You're obsessed with the person. It comes with obsession. So I think so So I was about to go to the effect of dopamine. So in explaining the psychological reason behind what we feel when we are in love, why love is so powerful, and why being rejected and hurt is so painful and depressing. Now, I was able to examine that the brain associated with craving, memory, emotion, attention show that when you fall in love, dopamine is flooded, which then sends signal for more dopamine. And the more dopamine you get, the higher and happier you feel. Now, it is discovered that long-term attachment, when you're like you're attached to someone for a very long time, it's centered in the front brain that while like in the front base of the brain, why feeling so related to lust. It can bring about sexual arousal occupying in different areas. Like it's mostly at the left hand side of the brain, which accumulated and made you feel like you're madly in love with someone. But then the bottom line is that part of the brain in love and the part of the brain in lust don't look much alike because they use different systems to operate in accordance to its pleasure. I love being with you. I mean, I love your conversation because you spoke my mind and I love this. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I'm happy I can be able to speak your mind, which is the most important thing for people to learn. I'm glad I'm able to speak your mind, and I hope no matter how you fall in love, you learn to control it so that you don't use it to harm anyone. I know you're not that kind of person anyway. Let me know, George. So now the last part I read, it said I was trying to talk about the differences between lust and love. A lot of people confuse themselves when it comes to lust and love. Yeah, you can ask me. Go ahead. What's the question? I can, don't worry. You can just, if you have a question, just you don't need to. You can go ahead and ask. So people confuse love with lust. Lust versus love. People confuse these together. So, can someone find true love online? Yes, they can. Why not? You can find true love online. A lot of people are saying you can. But I understand that I don't know how old you are. I don't know your age. But if you're Gen Z, I think this Gen Z generation is actually spoiling it a lot. Because I noticed that there are some social media, there are some social pages. When you go there, see, people come online mature. Like I feel like an online dating were made for people who want to find love. That was the reason why these apps were created. But then people have turned it every, like if you go to some social app, they have actually turned it into a porn site. I'm sorry to say this, but that's true. Okay, let me take for example. I came across a lady on YouTube. She's actually training in how to speak Korea, so she usually communicates with people from this country to advance in her learning. So there is this site that if you go to, you can get people from different countries to speak with you, and it will help you to grow in learning the language. I think it's something TV. Some I've forgotten the other first one, but it's like a TV TV, whatever. It's a dating, not like yet. It's also like a dating, but it's a place where you can learn, you can meet people, and learn different language. So when I saw this on YouTube, like I noticed the way she was fluent in the language she was speaking. I was thinking actually like it's good. So I went in search of this site. So I got registered on the site. I first of all I saw a lot of foreigners and I was like, this is quite good. This site was okay because there was this one I actually downloaded and I had to uninstall. And then that's Wacky. Wacky, Wakie. At first it was fun because you speak with someone and the person will be like, hello, how are you? I say fine. We'll say, what do you want to talk about today? And you guys will talk about something more interesting, like you bring a topic, political, a lot of topic, including a lot of topic you want to, like, it was quite matured, and from there people get a genuine friendship. And at some point subsequently I noticed that, yeah, Wakie, like I before the E. So as time goes on, I noticed that people will just send you, be like, they will want to send you their private, they want to say a lot of weird stuff, private stuff. And I was like, what is this? I uninstalled the app. Now I went on this other dating app, the one I saw her doing training tutorial. So I went on the app. I was happy that I've gotten a genuine app where, yeah, I think if you subscribe, it will be, I don't know. Because even with the subscription, I think it's bad. Damn. So guess what? I went on that app. And the moment I got there, oh my God, I was devastated. I was not happy. You meet a very fine, handsome man just for him to be saying weird stuff. Oh my God, this is what is this? Who raised this dude? It's not nice. So I think this current generation, they are spoiling things a lot. It's not a good thing. But you can find love online. Go see. You said why? Why what? Why what, please? Why what? So guys, I want to thank everyone for listening to me and for coming to my channel. I have to go. I'll be coming back after charging my phone fully. Okay, because I was trying to make friends. I love making friends. I love friends I have to discuss with, argue, interact with, and all of those things. I love argue. You don't understand, but I like it. So soon, I'll be coming back by 5, 6. No, not so soon. I'll be coming. My battery is low, and I'm having a low data, so I need to subscribe, charge my phone, and be ready to come back by 6 or 5. I'll be back soon before you notice. Don't miss me too much. I'll be back before you notice. My battery is low. This like and if I don't stop, they've already warned me when it has to do with the data, so they might end up cutting me off without me knowing. I wouldn't like that to happen. Yeah, so I have to go. I'll be back I think I should be able to stay awake till 12 o'clock in the night, so I need to charge it fully. I have to stay very long because I need to finish my story. So, Goosey, I hope I'll see you in the evening by 6. I won't. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to me and hope to see you guys some other time. Bye.